Welcome to Pot of Coffee Podcast with your hosts, Bruce and Brooklyn.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
We've got Marty, our special secret guest with an audience apparently behind him, which is great. How you doing, Marty?
Good, and how are you tonight?
Good. I'm excited about today's show.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Pretty warmed up.
I got some mythical creatures.
A little more energized today.
I am.
I'm not. I was cutting grass today. It sucked.
I gardened and I got some carrots out. My hands still smell like carrots.
The problem with cutting grass is it takes as much grass to cut the grass.
Yep.
And then by the time you cut the grass, by doing all the grass, your whole day is just like air.
Well, you need grass to do the grass.
Yeah, it turns your day into air.
You definitely need grass to do the grass.
So we got a real exciting show.
We do. I really am excited about it. You know, like mythical creatures?
Like Nessie.
Like Nessie.
Yeah, Nessie.
Like Nessie.
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 Always been I've been fascinated with. So.
Nessie is actually the first one that is on my list. What do you know about Nessie?
The Loch Ness.
You don't like that. That's in Scotland.
And I know what Scotland's country's animal is now.
Yep, the unicorn.
Yeah, we learned that in
We learned that.
earlier episode.
Unicorns.
Like, how do you just sit there and do something like that?
I don't know. Maybe, like I said in that other episode, maybe it's like a murder unicorn, or maybe it's a happy unicorn. I don't know.
It's like the USA it might as well, but it's like the USA being like, okay, our national animal is now a centaur.
That'd be kind of cool, though.
We are now the centaurs. Well, so Loch Ness, I guess, it's the most well-known of all mythical creatures, apparently.
Is it?
It is. And it was first reported in 1933. Which I thought was really, really interesting. I've heard this. Have you heard that they're thinking that Nessie is actually a paleosaur?
A what?
A paleosaur.
What the frig is a
There's a
paleosaur?
certain type of dinosaur, which they're saying that underneath part of that lake may be a cave system that the dinosaur may have been living in.
Really?
Yeah, they think that it survived.
Well,
That
I guess it does look like a brontosaurus type.
it's paleosaur.
I don't know what a paleosaur is, Brooklyn.
We just told you.
What?
We literally just told you.
An underwater cave dinosaur?
Yeah. It's like got the long neck and it eats the plants and stuff.
Like a
Has,
brontosaurus.
The big belly. I don't know.
Sounds like a brontosaurus.
Sounds
Looks like a brontosaurus. So all I guess we got to do is smell it.
It's a water brontosaurus.
There you go. Squirtle.
There is one picture that has never been disproven. Like all the other ones, everyone's like, oh, you can see that it's fake or
Wasn't
this, that, the other thing. But there's only one in existence from 1951.
Wasn't a lot of people making fake Loch Ness monsters and attaching it to their boat and doing crazy things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were just pretending. Little
Well,
assholes.
with a lot of mythical creatures that are out there, even other things like crop circles, there's been a lot of people out there that have actually gone out and made fakes of them.
Yeah, a lot
I saw
of
a video
hoaxes.
how they do that.
Or there's people that make wooden Bigfoot feet and go stomp in the mud at night and then leave trails and then...
I can see myself doing some stupid shit like that. I really could. I would go out there. I watch all this shit. So I know how they do the crop circles. You get a big wood plank and you tie 2 pieces of string to it and you kind of use it as a stepping area, and then that's how you make the crop circles.
Yeah.
2 pranksters learned it.
They used to use a push mower too. But they didn't turn it on?
No,
Because it would just push everything down.
No, what they found with the crop circles is it's actually, everything is like pushed down.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
what I said.
mowed.
They didn't turn the mower on. They were just using it without it turned on, so it wouldn't cut them. It would just push everything down.
That's odd.
See,
That's odd.
I read about that, actually.
That's weird.
That's what they did.
Yep.
But, so interestingly, there was a group of firemen in 1975 that decided that Nessie must be a male because all monsters usually are.
Well, that's a good way to look. I know some females, though.
I mean, I guess that's one way of looking at it.
I know some females that could be a monster, too, though, so...
It's only 1 week of the month.
No.
I know some ones that... What about all the Karens?
The Karens.
Once they hit 30 years old and drop their 4th kid, that's it. Karen for life. Target, here we come.
Target. It's like the fancy way to say it.
That's the Karen Superstore.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's how Karen says it, I bet. Target. Where are you going? To Target.
Fuck Karen. She'll steal your parking spot.
For real. She stole ours. It was bad.
Oh, snap.
But, so the last sighting of Nessie was all the way back in 2007. He took a video of it, and he said it was a jet black thing, about 45 feet long. It moved fairly fast in the water. Although the credibility came into question because they don't think it was as small as he claimed it to be. They think that it's bigger.
Huh. Well, he
So
probably
they don't
saw.
think he saw it.
He probably saw one of them aliens.
One of them aliens.
That are in the sea.
Well,
Bruce's
some
sea
people
alien.
have really, really bad perception in depth and being able to tell length.
I think I
Especially
do.
within my line of work of working with people in construction. You know, telling people 3 inches, they're like, this?
I can picture that too.
So,
They hold their arms out as wide as they can and say about 2 feet, right?
yeah, about this long? Alright.
Yeah, that's
Right.
about an inch, right?
Well, I guess, now, I don't know. Now, this is another theory. This is a theory that I have. This is my theory. So, I've been doing all of this research about all of these creatures, and 3 have come up.
Well,
I have more than 3, but there's these 3 in particular that have come up. Nessie, this Pogo, I want to say is how it's pronounced, and Champ.
well, what are we supposed to be doing? Going over them and see if they're real or not?
I was just going to tell you about them.
Oh, I think we should see if they're real or not.
Okay.
So we're on Loch Ness. Do you think
So
Loch
we're on
Ness
Loch
is
Ness.
real, Marty?
I don't know, man. I mean, I think that it may have been real at one point. I just don't believe that a creature of that size needing a food source like that would have been able to sustain for this long.
Yeah, and still not be noticed, right? Because we got
Yeah.
submarines and all types of cameras, and we can find the Titanic. We can't find a fucking brontosaurus swimming in the ocean.
Okay, well, it's like a lake. It's a lake.
Especially a lake, so it's even more limited.
Yeah.
But they still say, like, the lakes and the oceans are the least
Explored.
explored. We know more about, like, Mars and the moon and all
It
that
could be
than
possible,
we do about
too.
lakes and oceans.
Because remember, there's wormholes at the bottom of the lakes. We went over this in episode 2. Or 1, or, 2, Space Jelly.
Space jelly.
So maybe that's why the only way the Brontosaurus can get undetected, I think, is with a wormhole or some kind of crazy tunnel. But I mean,
Maybe they're just, going extinct.
I'm going to have to go at Marty and say it's...
Okay, well, here's what I was trying to say before. I've been doing this research. There are 3 animals. There is the Loch Ness, Champ, and Ogopogo.
Champ.
From Lake Champlain.
Okay.
Okay?
Ain't that an alligator?
No, it's the same. It's Nessie.
Oh, that's Lake Placid's
It's
alligator.
the same freaking. Everything they do is described the same, and so is this Ogopogo, which is in Canada.
Okay.
So maybe they're just like going extinct, and they're not extinct yet.
Well, like, there's a lot of animals still, like alligators and lizards and stuff like that are dinosaur related. So maybe,
Sharks.
yeah, sturgeons and stuff like that. So, yeah, maybe they're going extinct or they did go extinct. That's why we can't really confirm them.
Find them.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, yeah, I'd say they were real, but I don't think they're real anymore.
Not anymore. Like you think, like at a time, but like this is like back in 1933.
Definitely.
You think in that short of time something could be just gone?
If they were like the last couple, then yeah.
The last couple. They just
Yeah,
go to lake without being found. And
well,
just
no.
canoodling.
If the whole world used to be water and whatnot, and then they got caught in these lakes, so one's caught in Scotland, one's caught in Canada,
Right.
one's caught, and then they got nobody to breed with, so obviously they're going to live the rest of their life off and then die off.
That's
Right.
really sad.
It is really sad.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Fuck you. That was sad.
And again, it may not be that the reason that we didn't see these things for so long was because they did have a plentiful food source until that started to be depleted, and then they had to start being shown.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we started fishing and taking everything, and makes sense. So I'd say, yeah, they were real until, like, people.
1933.
Yeah, till 1933, the last one. The last picture I'd say would be the last one. Besides the hoax.
The hoax.
The hoax. Maybe we should get, like, a fishing boat and go to the lake, and we'll get, like, cardboard, and we'll make, like, one of them dragons from Chinese New Year's, and we'll just drive around the lake.
I
Trip
tell you
people
what,
out.
though, I've seen like the documentaries and stuff. Like they've like sonarred
The whole
Loch
lake.
Ness.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They didn't find
And
her.
no, they found like caves and like Marty was saying earlier, they found caves and shit that like
So they should go in the
can't
cave.
even go in.
You can go in anything.
Yeah.
They send a drone.
Loch Ness is
but
really
going
deep.
into those caves is a whole separate exploration. You need to get all these other permits and everything like that, and
It's always
some of those
fucking
things
permits.
can take
It's always
years.
permits.
Permits always fuck everything up. We could be chilling out, hanging with Loch Ness, giving high fives and some kind of shit, maybe playing frisbee.
Saving the species.
Yeah, and here we go where fucking permits killed the dinosaur water.
Just like we killed that planet 100 billion light years away.
Yeah, permits were there too. Permits is bullshit.
Well, so many scientists, scientifical experiments have been shut down where like they've had to go do like a pre-launch with like something to like test out like the parachute or something like that of the device, and that could take up to 2 years sometimes.
What?
And then you go out there to do this launch and it rained. Now you can't do the launch.
And you gotta start all over.
Oh my! I would
Start
be.
all over again.
I would be murdering people.
And it's a big money game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like what $100 like every time, like for something like big.
Well, that's another reason why cannabis has a problem and they can't do a lot of testing and this, that, and the other thing because of the laws and the
Permits.
stupidity and timing. Like if they don't put a bill or whatever they want to do in on a certain date by a certain time and they don't look at it by a certain time, they're like, fuck, try again next year, good luck.
Yeah.
Well, back on track. We've got.
So first subject was a real bummer, Brooklyn. You really got
It's not
to.
even my fault. You said it.
You got to bring us back
A
up.
real bummer.
So I got the other hide and seek champion, Bigfoot.
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 Now is Bigfoot the same guy as Sam Squatch?
You know, they're like they have to be some sort of like distant cousins or some shit.
Or is
right?
it the same thing? They just
Yeah,
like.
it's like the abominable snowman, the yeti, the
Yeah.
swamp ape,
Yeah, the swampy.
Sasquatch, Bigfoot. There's a couple of other names of them, but they're all super similar. But they all have the slight differences of where they have adapted to live.
Yeah.
So they probably all the same creature, kind of like human beings. You know,
Right.
if you live in different parts of the world, you have different skins and different hairs and different, because your climates and all that other stuff. So it's probably the same creature or same species of creature. It's just different regions call it different things.
Yeah.
So,
Correct.
all right, so we're talking Sam Squatch,
Sam
Bigfoot,
Squatch.
Yeti. They're all the same dude. Sam Squatch. I could use a sandwich.
Well, yeah. So Bigfoot. Bigfoot. He is got a big foot.
I bet you he smells.
They say, well, they could make these huge, like 16-inch
Footprints?
prints. That's big.
16-inch.
Well, it's like Shaq. Wouldn't it be like Shaq? Isn't his foot like that?
Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe Shaq
Maybe
a hairless.
Shaq is Bigfoot.
Maybe he like a hairless Sam Squatch. Sam Squash.
That's it. I think they actually showed how big one of his sneakers was. I was like blown away.
Yeah. His sneakers are huge.
I used to watch that Harry and the Hendersons when I was younger.
When you say Bigfoot, that's all I can picture Bigfoot as the Harry
That's
and the
Harry
Hendersons.
from Harry and the
Bigfoot.
Hendersons.
So he's the hide and seek champ of the world.
He is. Now here's where this could be plausible. Is that there was, and there's actually like been photographs from back probably, I think it was like the 20s. There was this huge, ape gorilla, that stood up straight, and it was called the Great Ape.
Okay.
And it was an actual thing. So what they're thinking is that that's exactly what the Bigfoot is.
Well, I went to a spot in Illinois, where the mountains are, and there's a store there, and you could actually go there and go in the woods and stuff and hunt Bigfoot. And there's trails, and supposedly Bigfoot lives over there in Illinois.
Why isn't Bigfoot protected? Like, why are you
Well, you don't hunt them to kill them. You hunt them to find them, take a picture.
It's like, ooh, I took a picture?
Well, who's got a picture of Bigfoot?
I'd be scared shitless to take a picture of Bigfoot.
Please sign this waiver that if you get mauled by Bigfoot, that we have
For
no
real. That thing is
legal
huge.
obligation.
Well, Marty lives in the mountains. You got Bigfoots by you, Marty.
I mean, I've seen,
Bigfoots?
everything except Bigfoot.
Oh. Well, where we are, there's no Bigfoots here.
No.
But supposedly, like Illinois, Washington, California, I guess all over Canada, like more west woods, Rockies, just supposedly he lives there. But
California.
What do you got on Bigfoot?
I just told you. California.
That's all you had?
No.
Oh.
But no, I'm just like California. So the one like really famous is a film that was captured of Bigfoot from 1967, and but even like that's like the best evidence that we have so far. But obviously, I mean, I think it's actually been like semi-proven that that's not even real.
I think a lot of the Bigfoot stories, I mean, I think Bigfoot was real, probably like the Loch Ness thing, but I think a lot of the Bigfoot stories that we hear nowadays is just hoaxes.
Is that going to be your answer for everything? Like, I think maybe there was once a centaur.
No, but
It was Frankenstein.
the world's full of fucking clowns now, so nothing's real anymore.
I don't know, man. I mean, some of the bones and stuff like that they've pulled up from certain different archaeological like sites, like it's pretty interesting.
They found giants.
And like
What Marty's saying.
Until they find the bones to prove or disprove that, because again, now they are, well, before everything had happened, they were progressively looking into more and more archaeological sites, and like I know they had found a whole bunch of new places in Egypt that they thought that there might be potential new pyramids.
Yeah, a lot of the pyramids are under the sand, I guess, from over the years, and the dust storms and the wind blowing. They're actually like super deep under a lot of them dunes.
Well, going with what Marty was saying, like they found bones of like giants. Like if these people would have lived like now and we were able to measure them and stuff, they'd be like 8 or 9 feet tall.
What?
Yeah.
I think they're alien bones.
Yeah, and dude, there's certain, I mean, they've shown where like you can look at certain skulls, and because again, in certain cultures, they would put bands around the craniums of the babies
I think
to
they still
elongate
do.
the head. But you would always see that after death with the pressure mark of where they would put those bands. And there are some skulls that we have found that do not have that pressure mark.
There's like it's like a plate, like when your your head starts to grow together and stuff, and then you see these like it almost looks like just like as if like your nails growing, but it's in your skull, and they wrap the kids' heads like that, so that it's like that.
So it
there are
grows like that on
cultures.
purpose.
Yeah, there's cultures that do that, but what he's saying is there's some that we found
That didn't?
that didn't, but their heads are still shaped like that. Like Cleopatra and King Tut, they think their heads were like that too.
They're alien powers. Hybrids.
That's what they think. They think the Egyptians were kind of
Hybrid.
aliens.
That's what Barbara said.
Yeah.
Barbara's a bitch.
Barbara Lamb.
God damn it, Karen!
Yeah. What about the chupacabra?
You know, I love
Chupacabra.
that. Me too. That's one of my favorite ones.
Do you know what El Chupacabra means,
What?
Marty?
No.
The goat sucker.
Well, I guess
What it is.
kills goats.
Well, I guess it was first seen in Puerto Rico in the 90s. It's said to be about 3 to 5 feet tall, have a row of spikes down its back, and possess alien-like eyes.
Damn.
It's also a vampire.
Imagine running into that, taking out the trash.
It sucks the blood out of its prey, which are mostly goats, sheep, and small animals, which is why they call it like the goat sucker.
Okay.
And it's been back and forth. Like some people thought that it was like aliens, and some people thought it was the chupacabra and some people thought it was vampires because like they were like, oh, nothing can do this, and well, obviously the chupacabra does.
Yeah.
So it was discovered in the 90s.
Yeah, but I mean, in that defense as well, I mean, how many different types of cults have there been with, sacrifices of animals and stuff like that? So, I mean,
even Christianity.
There's many, many, many things it could be, but I mean, again, just the way some of the carcasses, again, from them have looked, you could just tell that they weren't sacrificed, which again has been an argument.
Yeah, because goats is one of the main sacrificial animals,
And
ain't
a
it?
lot voodoo, hoodoo.
A lot of different religions use goats for different things.
Well, even Christianity. I mean,
I'm glad I'm not a goat.
well, there's this lady, and I want to say I can't see it right now, but I think she lives in Texas.
Okay.
She actually shot a chupacabra.
Really?
Yeah, and the thing is fucking ugly.
Oh.
It looks like a dog. But do you ever see those ugly dog contests?
An ugly dog contest?
Like the ones with it's like
those weird,
the tongue hanging
the
all the way down.
Out and,
Yeah.
Mange.
It looks like that. It looks like it has mange. And it probably looks like it's about the size of a medium dog.
Okay.
Medium to small.
And they proved it and everything?
They didn't they said that the DNA wasn't normal. Normal with any canine around.
Yeah.
right.
So, I mean, yeah, it's plausible. I think something like that could exist.
I'm going to go with yeah.
What do you think, Marty?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with you. I'm going to say Chupacabra's real.
There's the possibility of any type of species having a genetic disorder that, makes it look different, so.
Yeah.
So is it real or not? That was a beat around the bush, Marty.
I'm basically saying yes.
Alright. So yeah, Chupacabra, that's a real ass dude.
It's a real ass dude.
He's a real ass dude.
So I always thought...
He's a real dead dude, according to that lady in Texas.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm gonna go with Yeehaw and say she's right.
Alright. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't have a definite answer here. I mean, this is just all speculation.
No, but if we say it's right on the show, speculation's out the window.
Yeah, that's it. It's history. Then.
Now it's fact.
It's just proven.
It's on the internet.
We're the Mythbusters.
We're busted.
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 So
Fucking brain busted.
I always thought that this was similar to a chupacabra, but have you ever heard of the New Jersey Devil?
I have.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. What do you think it is? Like, what was the legends that you heard?
Well,
I don't know. I've heard a whole bunch of weird, different stuff, and with the tunnel and all types of stuff. But I don't know. I've never really gone out and tried to really do my own research on that one, which is strange with it being so close.
I heard that if you go to South Jersey into a place called the Pine Barrens.
Pine Barrens.
That's what it's called, the Pine Barrens. Now, down there is all sand. There's not really any regular soil, so the only thing that grows is pine trees. And in them trees, and it's like woods. In them trees is where the devil lives, and then he makes tunnels, and he lives in the sand, runs all around. But he's like little...
Child size.
Yeah, like a little toddler
Like a
size devil.
Interesting.
Runs around, gets into trouble, eats your animals and shit.
Well, supposedly, the story goes, and now I've heard this before, so I can say that this is something that's similar to what I've heard, but according to the History Channel, supposedly the New Jersey Devil was a baby, and it was born by this couple who lived there, and the husband was a deadbeat drunk. It was her 13th child.
Damn.
And she cursed it because it was her 13th child. Like, the number 13 is a bad number. And then after all of that, the baby changed into this devil and fled out the family's chimney.
So it's like voodoo?
I don't know, but like...
Witchcraft shit?
It's said that it was
I'd say it's
also...
more witchcraft than voodoo.
Because of a curse. Well,
Yeah.
voodoo's cursing too.
Well, it's also said, though, that when the baby was born, the other reason why the mother cursed it, and she would call it a devil. I mean, so
Yeah.
it looked like a devil. It had, a horse's head, bat wings, cloven hooves, a tail. Yeah.
Yeah, I just pulled up an image of it, and it looked pretty horrible.
Pretty horrible.
I always very interested in them. I think they're pretty cool. I'm going to say it's real because they have a hockey team named after it.
That doesn't mean it's real.
It's a legend. It's not even a mythical creature. It's real.
So all the New
Well,
York Rangers are
it's real right
actual
now.
Rangers?
No.
Bruce said it's real. It's real.
I don't know. I know people are born with deformities and stuff.
I don't think it's a baby from a person. I think that's like a bullshit story. I think it's like the Tasmanian devil thing. Because those are real.
Yeah, and they look pretty
So
devilly.
I think it's just like New Jersey's version of it. And maybe it's like looks really different because like all the garbage and shit in Jersey. So the thing got like nuclear, like Ninja Turtles. I lived in Jersey for a while. I
Secret
know.
of the Ooze.
I lived in Jersey for a while.
Jersey's a great state and everything's good there, but they got the ooze. Definitely got the ooze. Central Jersey, full of
The
ooze.
Ooze.
That's where the Foot Clan came from.
You go around Newark and that's all you smell. It's garbage. That's where all the dumps are. They don't have a choice. I mean, that's just it.
Gross.
Doesn't make it a bad state. Just
No.
smells bad.
No.
Just smells bad. As long as you hold your nose, it's a great state.
But if you go down south where the devil is, that's more like countryside and stuff.
Did
And
he go down to Georgia?
no, it's
The
not.
devil went down to
South
Georgia?
Jersey, that's still up north.
I know, but I was singing the song.
I know. But then Georgia,
Anywho,
I got confused.
what about the Kraken?
The Kraken's real. I know about oceans.
Oh man.
The Kraken.
I don't know. that'd be pretty intense.
I could see a squid taking out ships and octopus that big and stuff. The ocean's a scary place.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably one of them space ones from deep down where you need headlights.
Yeah, well,
Well, again, out of every living creature that's on the planet, the octopus and the squids have the furthest DNA chain from any other animal on the planet.
Because they're not from this planet. They're like king jellyfish. space creatures.
In space.
It's like anytime we're going to talk about the ocean, I'm straight up going to be like, fucking space.
I don't think I can get him from it.
I can't, and that was way before we started doing the show.
Yeah.
It's just jellyfish or aliens. I can't. Definitely squids are king jellyfish. Octopus are king squids. They're probably just the whole spaceship is an octopus. Kraken's a spaceship. Jellyfish are driving it.
Well, according to the stories, the Kraken is a huge, mainly armed creature that could reach as high as the top of a sailing ship's main mast.
Definitely.
That's fucking huge. It would attack a ship by wrapping its arms around the hull and capsizing it. The crew would drown or be eaten by the monster. And let's see. I'm trying to skim through it here so I don't have to bore everybody with all the details. But I think it is plausible.
I think
we had freaking dinosaurs.
Yeah. I definitely think it's plausible that it was definitely probably like an ancient form of like a squid that probably has died off. I mean, again, they've been finding traces and what they believe to be the giant squid, which is one of the biggest squid creatures. But again, the only problem with squids is again, they're not really a lot of bones. So when they die, it's mainly you're looking for a beak. And then you have to determine the size of the creature from that.
Yeah, it's got a fucking beak in its vagina hole.
Have
you seen it?
Yeah, the Kraken's awesome.
It's like a black widow.
I bet you people on like cruise ships don't know, but he's like attached to the bottom of the boat the whole time, just waiting like,
Do you think maybe one day I'll catch something like that and start using that as like power? Like, go!
Start pulling us.
It could be like horses, but in the sea.
It's like a horse and buggy with the cruise ships and the Kraken.
Yeah.
That'd be badass.
God, yeah. That'd be intense.
That'd be so fun.
I'm gonna make a movie. We're making a movie. Bruce in Brooklyn, make the Kraken go. Whoosh, 2 cruise lines.
Yeah.
Party cruise lines too. They're gonna be fucking tore up. Yeah.
Instead of Pete's Dragon, it'll be Bruce and Brooklyn's Kraken.
Yeah. And it'll tow us all around the Caribbean, and we'll just like do cool shit, and
be like King Triton.
we'll be smokestacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be the ship smokestack. All right. So the Kraken's real.
Okay. Yeah.
Watch yourself
43
if you go
long.
swimming. He'll get your legs.
Yeah.
Watch your toes.
Hide your kids. Hide your wife.
Hide your toes. Krakens can get you.
So yeah, so Champ.
Tim, what's that?
Champ from Lake Champlain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's I really think it's related to the Loch Ness Monster. It's actually called America's Loch Ness Monster.
Yep.
There's a famous 1981 photo, but it was later revealed that it was a log.
Some of this shit's tricky.
I do believe that a lot of different mythical creatures that are from different areas around the world are just certain variations of other ones that have just had to acclimate to the climate that they're living in now.
Yeah. And here it says too though that like it dates back all the way to like with the Iroquois Indians and stuff. Like they had like legends of it. And then there was like some other explorer and he described it. He saw it too.
Everybody's using big words but me.
What big word did I use?
You used a big word. He's using really big words.
Mike always uses big words.
I know. I got lost in your big words. It's like a sea of big words and I'm fucking drowning.
Keep up.
I'll put the thesaurus down.
Stop cheating with the damn thesaurus.
Marty sitting there with a big ass book in his lap. Hey bro, I'm gonna get Bruce with this word. This shit got 10 letters. Watch this.
What the fuck?
He don't even know. He knows I don't know what it means.
And then there's the Ogopogo, which is Canada's Lake Ness Monster. Loch Ness Monster.
Right.
Lake Ness Monster.
Loch Ness Monster.
Brooklyn.
Again, Native Americans believed that it was a water spirit that lived in the lake.
A water spirit.
Yeah.
I like that one, water spirit.
And they had live sacrifices that they made to pacify the aquatic demon.
Aquatic demon.
Yeah.
Totally like lake spirit better, or water spirit.
Canadians.
Yeah, I can definitely agree. Lake Spirit definitely sounds a little more,
That's like the nicest thing someone called Nessie. My lake spirit.
The lake spirit. That is not that as nice, but then with the whole aquatic demon.
Yeah, they should have left that part out.
Kind of lost me.
All right. So no more water dinosaurs.
So the Ogopogo, but it was named after a popular dance hall song.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how the song goes, so don't ask me.
Okay.
Look it up.
We're gonna go look at your own shit. She gave you homework from a podcast. Bad part is half of the people are gonna listen to her because she's a lady. They're like, yes, ma'am. We're on it right away.
On it.
They're already switching windows.
Report back to me.
That's been added to the honey to-do list.
Right?
So, Brooklyn, you did your homework and tweet your reactions.
You must have 3 sources.
And definitely tweet them, attention, Brooklyn. Because I ain't reading all that shit.
Werewolves.
Werewolves. Oh.
Werewolf.
Teen Wolf. That was an awesome movie.
1 or 2. Or did you watch both?
I don't remember.
The first one was with Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And the second one was with Jason Bateman.
Surfing on top of the vans and shit. Badass. You ever surf on top of a van, Marty? Teen Wolf style.
Not on top of a van.
Pickup truck?
In a truck.
Yeah. I done the pickup truck thing. I done the trailer thing. I haven't done on top of a van.
Nah, I didn't do the trailer thing. I didn't have anybody I trusted enough. Especially after this one guy, he put this screw in this other guy's leg. I don't even want to talk about it.
Never give Bruce a screw gun at work. I didn't know that there's these slides on the drill.
Oh, you did this to him?
I didn't do it to him. I did this to this other guy. And this other guy kept screwing around. And there's like these slides on the drill. And I forgot, like, we had a good lunch. And I forgot I put a screw in it. And I went to prank him. And, you would prank the person and act like you're screwing into him, but it wouldn't go in. But
he put a screw on it.
I put a screw on it. And I drilled it right into his leg and sunk the whole fucking thing.
What is wrong with you?
I forgot there was a screw in it because we had an awesome lunch that day.
What the fuck? What does that have to do with werewolves?
I don't know. Maybe the guy turned into a werewolf because I screwed him in the leg.
Because you screwed him.
I screwed him so hard he turned into Teen Wolf.
It could have been. We'll leave that one to purely speculation.
That's where we were van surfing.
That was at that shitty job that was like, the ceiling was like 3 feet tall and this dude wanted it like a finished basement. I hated that place.
I'm a midget and I had to duck.
Alright, Brooklyn's gonna punch me, so back to werewolves.
Oh, it's cool. I got permagrin right now, so I'm just sitting here relaxing with everything. I'm cool with it. I don't even know what y'all are talking about. But, so yeah, werewolves. I was more of a Styles person.
Styles?
His friend with all the t-shirts.
What are you talking
He
about?
was the cool dude that would like throw all the parties.
Oh, okay.
In Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
That's
was
you?
the cool dude.
You are a cool dude.
I am a cool dude. So what do you know about werewolves?
the full moon comes out and they rip all their clothes off and they get super duper big.
Blood orgy.
They yell blood. No, they don't yell blood orgy. Then they start howling and shit.
No, that's
But
vampires.
it's like real painful for them. But then they turn into a werewolf. They run around all night and shit. And then they like fuck other werewolves. And then they turn back into humans. But it's in like some field and they'll wake up naked and they'll be like, oh fuck, where am I? What happened? And they don't know. And then they walk back. It's kind of like a walk of shame.
Bruce has been watching like the Vampire Diaries, like the werewolf edition, too much.
Yeah.
What do you know about werewolves?
I was gonna say there was a lot of shaming there. I just feel bad for the werewolves in your story.
Right?
Well, it's what I guess it's kind of like when you go out drunk and you wake up in the wrong spot and you're like, oh no, what did I do?
Basically, it was kind of around the same story of where he was going, but like again, it's like from what the storyline, from what I've heard, is again once they become that for the first time, it hurts until they become used to it. But again, they have to eat certain things that again, just along the lines of it being that myth for a creature like that to be able to sustainably live. There would be no way that I think that it would be really possible unless it's like a big wig who owns like the Perdue company.
That's how you stretch bones.
You know what I mean? Like,
Don't they break into like chicken coops and steal all the chickens?
Oh.
And now he doesn't have to because he's the fucking owner of Perdue.
Fucking Perdue is behind werewolves.
It's a conspiracy.
Holy shit. The things you hear on our show.
Well, you heard it here, folks.
But could you imagine that? Like, when they turn into a werewolf,
on the internet.
their bones stretch. And, I mean, it's kind of impossible for...
Well, because you gotta like go from a human to like a reverse human. Because it's like
Yeah,
if you did like a back bend.
Their knees and stuff are backwards and
Yeah.
elbows are like a dog, like canine. And then their teeth are different, their jaws. I mean,
Jaws are really long.
your whole bone structure, like Marty was saying, pretty much has to change. But Perdue does make chicken nuggets, and they do. What do they do with all them bones? They turn them into. So yeah, they probably got a bone stretcher, and they're making
Bone
werewolves. So I'm gonna go with what Marty said, and it's Perdue. And werewolves are real then.
What happened to fucking magic?
Magic. You don't need magic when you got Perdue.
Got the magic of the moon.
I bet you Perdue's in some kind of competition with like Tyson. They have like underground
I
werewolf
thought you
fights.
said Mike Tyson for a second.
No, Mike Tyson's cool. We need to get him on the show. But yeah, Perdue and Mike and not Mike Tyson, but Tyson Chicken probably
Tyson
have
Chicken.
underground werewolf dog fights. Because the chicken fighting's illegal. So they made werewolves so they could still do their fights. And now it's not illegal. Because nobody cares about werewolves.
Because it's underground.
How
And
do you
it's
become
underground.
a werewolf?
It's in
Anybody
the
know?
underworld.
Yeah.
Do you know how to become a werewolf?
You gotta get bit,
Gotta get bit or scratched.
scratched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I don't believe in like a scratch.
Then you gotta get shot by a silver bullet to die.
You know what? I don't. Yeah. Remember that movie Silver Bullet? Was it like Gary Busey in it? Was it Gary Busey?
Are silver bullets even real? They're normally
You can make them.
Well, even copper-
You can make bullets
Yeah.
into whatever.
even copper bullets ain't real. They're just like a copper coated lead.
Lead. I don't know.
So I don't think there's like a solid silver bullet unless someone like custom makes that shit.
I don't know.
That's a good question.
I don't know. I'm seeing if Gary Busey is in Silver Bullet.
Well, we need to know
I
about
don't
silver
know how
bullets
that would
because
really actually
Yeah,
work.
it was Gary Busey. I was right.
Perdue is a fucking big ass company, and if they're pumping
Yeah.
these things out, we need to pump
Purdue-
out silver
Purdue is one of
bullets.
the biggest companies. I've actually watched a documentary that I forget what it was. There was another company before Purdue that they weren't like the biggest company until Purdue had basically the other company had went bankrupt and Purdue had bought them out.
Did they have beef with each other or chicken?
They probably ran them out of business and brought them out because that's where they got the like bone maker machine.
The bone maker.
Yeah.
To become a werewolf, you need the bone maker.
Gotta stretch bones or rubberize bones or something.
You know what I don't get? How in like movies with werewolves or TV shows with werewolves, they're like, they're trying to figure out like the main character gets bitten.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how that main character becomes a werewolf. But they'll sit there and tell people I was bit by a dog, and then all of a sudden they're this fucking like ferocious freaking werewolf. That makes no sense to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Am I making sense, or am I?
And then the other thing is too, like a lot of the other werewolves just turn into like regular nice dogs, but then they turn into people too. So I'm gonna say werewolves is fucking bullshit, except for the Perdue thing. I can see a little something with that. What do you think, Marty? Real or fake?
I don't know. Like I said, unless it had something to do with something that could sustain a food source for it, I would have to say that it's fake.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't see this one either.
So fuck werewolves.
I think it's just like wild animal stuff. Like if there's like a killing, it's wild animal stuff. There's also coyotes and wolves. Like wolves are still around. They're not like extinct.
Yeah. I think it's more or less again one of those things that just plays on the mythological in the mind. That like people like to give like one of those what if, like again like playing a video game. And again back then we didn't have video games, so what you do, you wrote pictures.
Just made up your own stories to scare you.
Yeah, imagination. Motherfuckers had imagination.
The more you know.
Ooh. Ding dong ding.
What about vampires?
Oh shit. Buffy.
Buffy was cool.
What'd
the
you
movie or the TV show?
They were both hot. I like Buffy's. Both of them were cool.
Yeah.
So Buffy was real.
You know, Pee Wee Herman was in the movie.
Really?
Yep.
Pee Wee Herman was in a lot of stuff, that guy, besides Pee Wee Herman, obviously.
Yeah.
He's in Cheech and Chong, too. Do you know that?
No.
Yep. Fact. A real one, too, not even a Bruce bullshit one.
Go ahead, Marty. The more you know.
Well, again, there's different stories about different types of vampires. Ones that, you know, they can drink blood of any sort. Ones that have to have human blood. One that have to have fresh human blood. Like if it sits around and the body dies, they can't drink that blood or it actually decays that.
I did hear that like once.
So
that, like they actually get like violently sick.
Depending on the way you really are looking at it, and again, it's again, what type of food sources are they looking at? Again, how are they getting that? How is that being unnoticed? So
Bums.
again, in a scientific way of looking at it, it's hard to say that something like that wouldn't be noticed and be able to be found.
What about, you know, the homeless and bums and...
They feed off the homeless.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Street people. Or just live in the sewers like the turtles and do rats. Suck on rats.
Get
and
off of the sewer.
Cats.
Rats,
Stray cats.
Bats.
Not bats.
I mean,
vampires are bats.
Mats.
I mean, that's also a sad truth. You know, about how many people just disappeared.
See? And then truth.
But
Well, any idea where this whole maybe legend of vampires got started?
Back in the day.
Transylvania, wasn't it?
Yep.
Okay. Is that where that hotel was from that Disney movie?
Hotel Transylvania?
Yeah.
I want to suck your blood.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Don't say blah, blah, blah. Well, the guy is actually, his name, he was a count. And his name was Vlad Dracula. That's how it was pronounced.
Count Dracula.
And to show how much of a badass he was,
You wore a cape?
when his army would go and you kill people,
Yeah.
he'd cut off their heads,
Damn.
put them on a stick, and drink their blood.
Badass.
That's crazy, right?
Wow. He was a true OG.
That's like.
That's gangster
Could
as
you
fuck.
imagine? Like, could you imagine just living back then, like having to live like that?
That's a straight don't fuck with me
Yeah.
signal.
I mean, again, we talk about how like brutal it used to be back then. I mean, think about how brutal it is in other countries
Yeah.
that don't have it as easy as some of the better countries that are out there.
And sad to say, there's still parts of the world where there's a lot of stuff like that still going on, and there's tribes that we didn't even, like headhunters and shit like that we don't even.
Nuts.
There's an island you can't even go to, or
They shouldn't want to travel.
Yeah, no, there's an island that you can't go to that a ship that was out on the water. There was a huge storm, and they had lost control of the ship, and the ship started drifting towards this native island, and they actually started throwing spears to the point where they had to come in with helicopters and airlift the people off and let the boat go adrift.
Gosh.
And the natives have been now pulling the rusting pieces of metal to turn into spears and stuff like that, which can't be too healthy with, the knowledge of Katniss, with them using that with their food source. But
man,
maybe we should raise some money for them and get a helicopter to drop off a box of tetanus shots.
Do you really think
they
that would
don't
even
want
work?
anything to do with us.
Yeah.
Like literally, dude. Like we start getting close to their island.
Yeah,
It's like a rite of passage that if like we get close, people have to run out there and be like, yo, no, we taking you out.
Yeah.
But I don't see how it doesn't progress. Like, I don't get this. I don't get how, even if you're just completely cut off from the world, how is there not somewhere somebody who goes, whatever the language is, fire, and then from there you go to steam, and then you progress your own knowledge.
Yeah. There's probably a chief in charge of that tribe.
Just like when you don't want light from a candle, you take and you put it out.
Yeah.
So if somebody comes up with a good idea that you don't want, you make sure that it doesn't get out there.
Yeah, there's probably a chief sitting on his throne
who knows like everything. Like he's like Kim Jong-il and like has like
the
internet and MTV.
The motherfucker has an iPhone
and
and he knows everything that's actually happened in the world, and then he tells the tribe that it's something totally different, and makes them live that way to keep their ways and keep their. There's a lot of that.
Twat.
Uh-huh. I mean, look at how many Disney stories and stuff like that they would end up finding out that something would be a lie and that it was for the better of the tribe or the better of the people.
Well, even in America nowadays, there's still stuff like that. You got Eskimos. Yeah. There's a lot of Eskimo tribes that still live like back in the day. There's the Amish. There's a lot of Indian tribes.
Do you think like the head honcho, like whoever's in charge of those village of people, like goes and sees like all the movies and stuff, and he goes back to his people and he tells them stories and they like just believe him? Like he's like telling them about Finding Nemo and shit.
Right. Hey, I mean, shamans would say that they seen God and they would come back after long treks out to the mountain.
Yeah, doing a lot of mushrooms. I believe them. They've probably seen some shit.
I wouldn't doubt that they saw some shit, but did they see God, or you know what I mean? Like, or was it just, you know what I mean? You never really know.
If you take enough peyote and mescaline, you'll see God.
What those people said for face value, no matter what it was.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think the allure with vampires.
Oh fuck, we were talking about vampires.
We were talking about vampires.
Damn, we were out on Gilligan's Island.
We were. It was not a 3-hour tour. But yeah, I think the allure with vampires, like for me at least, like I remember as a kid, like being like, yeah, it would really, really suck for me to be like a killer, like have to kill people. But I live forever.
Yeah.
Fast as fuck.
Yeah, could fly.
Stay the same age forever.
True. Hopefully you get bit in your 20s.
Yeah, get to kill people I hate. No, I was just joking.
Dude, they got like badass superpowers and shit too.
They can fly, some of them I heard.
Yeah. And they sparkle.
They sparkle in the sun. Some of them can even go out in the sun.
I would be a sparkly ass motherfucking vampire myself.
Yeah.
I'd be like one glittering fabulous motherfucker. But badass. Like Count Dracula, but sparkly.
Oh.
And I got bats that fly over my house, so I'm gonna say vampires are real.
Yeah.
They're just cool with me. That's why they don't bite me.
Yeah. Well, there apparently are real, but that's not what you think. It's like people who like follow them.
Yeah, but there's vampire bats and there's vampire deer. So if there's vampire in the animal world, there's vampire in the
Is that
people.
vampire deer thing real though? I thought that was a myth.
No, it's real. It's an actual animal in Asia.
I'm thinking of the zombie ones.
Yeah, zombie deer is real too. It just has a disease. It's like a mad cow
Yeah, it's a
disease thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them where we are.
The vampire ones?
The
Or
brain
the-
disease.
Oh,
They show them on the news a lot, like during hunting season.
that's gross. I don't think I'd ever.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
I don't eat none of that anyway.
I won't eat that.
I'm one of them supermarket hunters. I'll be in there hunting turkeys in a frozen food section.
Put his vest on and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm good to all creatures. I saved this beetle out of my pool today. This shit was like as long as my finger and had these big like I don't know, claw things on it, like huge ass beetle. And then I had the pool skimmer and I put him on the deck and he like screamed. And he made this like ah, but it was cool because I think in beetle language he was like thanks homie. So yeah, I saved his ass. I'm really good to creatures. That's how you should. Earth. Be good to Earth and creatures of Earth. Even the vampires.
Now you're Captain Bruce.
Yeah. I love things. I can't help it.
Yeah, that's fine, but when it's something's like hissing at you, or
It wasn't
shit,
hissing at me. It was like, thanks, homie. I saved him from drowning. He was on his last breath.
Hey, it may not even be hissing. That may have been it gasping for its first breath.
That's what I'm saying. And now he gets to go home to his kids. You know? What if he was just out and he's like, oh, this pool looks nice. He took a little dip.
Little babies, wherever they at.
Yeah, now a dad gets to go home to his family. That's how I look at things. That's just Bruce. Big heart.
Gosh. Give me a headache.
I love the love.
The Abominable Snowman.
Sasquatch, we hit that one. What about, do you know about that dude in the swamp? You got him? LaRuga Brew?
Swamp thing?
You know, okay, so I tried to look up LaRugaroo,
LaRuga Brew.
and I didn't know how to spell it.
Do you know anything about LaRuga Brew?
Uh-uh.
I think it's like a New Jersey Devil that's in the swamp type deal. But I only learned that.
There's a lot of different swamp type creatures, and like I watch a lot of different things on like TV that like reference that, but I haven't really got into those. Again, it's more been like Egypt and stuff like that that I've already heard of. That like I kind of have a basis on that. Like I'm learning more about now, and a lot of things I'm just getting bored with. So I will be getting into. I've already been writing a ton of things down during the show. So
You ever go deep down south into the swamps?
I'm still looking
No.
it up, by the way,
know.
and there's still nothing. Like, it's like, I'm probably not spelling it right.
I think it's something that only local people know about. But yeah, I've never been to the swamp, but from what I've seen in documentaries and watching that alligator shit, I wouldn't even fuck with the swamp. I want nothing to do with the swamp. I want a lot to do with the swamp food that the people eat. Now that shit looks good as fuck. But I don't want to be out there in no airboat with no alligators and fucking, what are they? Anacondas is in the swamp.
My anaconda don't.
Yeah, and what are them little rabbits with the deer horns? Jackalopes. They in the swamp too.
The jackalopes?
Yeah.
Yeah, jackrabbit and.
It's like a rabbit deer. Imagine one of them hopping at you, bouncing off a gator's head, jumping in your airboat.
bouncing off a gator's head, they working together.
Yeah, they work together, and then people don't come out of the swamp unless you're from the swamp.
I don't know who wants to go in a swamp. Like, who actively searches to go in the swamp?
I don't know. I've eaten like a lot of gator.
There's a lot of people that actually go out in the swamp, and if you look up a lot of different shows, like There's one where half of the show is actually the people who actually have to go out and do like the census on the populations.
It's like
And
that.
one of the best times to be out looking and counting the population is actually during the nighttime, which is the most dangerous time because that's when males are the most aggressive.
Jesus. So you gotta worry about getting like raped in the swamp by a
alligator. Brooklyn gonna
no,
get raped by an alligator.
What they're gonna do is they're going to defend their territory and try to flip your boat. But again, that's when all the babies are coming up, and you know what I mean. Like that's the best time for you to get a count because you can see the eyeballs off the reflection of the light.
Nah, man.
Yeah, but besides the alligators, you got a lot more to worry about down in the swamp. You got them snapping turtles,
snakes,
The snapping
you
turtles.
got all types,
anacondas,
you got all types of stuff.
fucking crazy shit, chupacabras.
Chupacabras. Yeah, they're probably there in Louisiana
Yeah,
too.
larugaroos.
What now? What is a larugaroo?
It's like a chupacabra.
Isn't it a chupacabra?
New Jersey devil kind of jackalope thing. Let's take all them creatures, put it into one. Let's just leave out Sam Squatch.
Sam Squatch.
Because he's too tall to be anything with that. We'll have to revisit him. Maybe we'll get someone from there on the show to tell us about Larugaroo. I know someone.
If you live in Louisiana.
I know someone from New Orleans, and I could ask them about it this week.
Yeah, that would be good because I can't find shit on it.
I'll have to reach out to my swamp people. I know a few though. They're great people. I don't mean nothing by nothing.
Who knows what a hellhound is?
A hellhound? I never heard of. I heard the name obviously, but I don't know what the fuck that is. What you got, Marty?
Isn't that something to do with like the hounds that are like it's something with Christianity, isn't it? With like the underworld and everything like that, Lucifer.
Yeah. So if you
Another
believe
mythological beast that's summoned.
Like that statue in Ghostbusters?
Kind of.
What was his name? Zeus? Zool?
Zool.
Wasn't he like the keeper of Zool or some
Yeah,
shit?
he's the gatekeeper.
I am
The
the
gatekeeper.
gatekeeper.
He was the
Or was that Rick Moranis?
keymaster.
Keymaster, yeah.
Something weird.
He was the keymaster. He was looking for the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were Zool was like the...
The god.
Yeah.
Yep.
Zool.
Well, so a hellhound
Is
is if you believe in, if like your religion or whatever believes in heaven and hell. With the hellhound, it's like if you were an evil, bad person, even when you die, your soul goes to heaven or to hell, And if you were like an evil person, if your soul was to go to hell, like even just that coming out of you is supposed to be hellish. Like your soul coming out of, like you're just supposed to like feel complete agony. So a hellhound is like the devil's dogs. So he sends them whenever somebody bad is dying, and they literally like rip and claw at you until like your soul leaves your body and
punishment.
takes you all the way down to hell.
I believe it then, I guess. Maybe. I don't know.
I think that's kind of...
Speaking about death and hellhounds and stuff like that.
Speaking about...
I don't want to get too much into it, so I'm only going to get into it if you've heard of it. But I'm going to make it an idea for a show maybe. But Marty, have you ever heard of The Farm?
The Farm?
Yeah. It's kind of like a purgatory thing.
No.
It's in between.
No.
It's in between.
Now you have me intrigued.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to research that. Why don't you check into The Farm and we'll have to do a show on that. You know anything about The Farm, Brooklyn?
I think, like, I've heard you talk about it, like, once or twice.
And I think...
I can't remember.
I think with The Farm would kind of relate to the Hellhounds in a way. But with The Farm, it's actually like a pig. And it's a way to get... You're not in hell, but you're being tortured. And you got to make a decision to either go to hell or go to heaven. What do you want to do? Or go back you can still go back to your normal life. It's
So is it like, like when Scrooge falls asleep on Christmas night and the three ghosts, like the past, present, and future visit him?
no, it's a taste of hell before you go to hell, which is better than hell, but you got to go to hell to get through heaven type deal. Yeah, it's
Like
it's crazy. Yeah, like a test.
It almost sounds like a last chance type of thing.
It is.
If you made all of the bad choices here, they gave you one last chance to redeem yourself, and if you didn't, then you made your own bet.
I think it's a kind of thing too, like that has a lot to do with suicide.
So what do you want to do? You want to like revisit?
I'm gonna put it on the list that's something that we're
We'll
really
talk
gonna have
about
to
it.
research.
And talk about it.
I know a lot about it, but I think Brooklyn and Marty would have to do a little reading up before we could do
Something.
a show. But we could have a real interesting, and the creatures and the way things go down in the story. I mean, we could probably do 10 shows on this. It's real intriguing, Bruce. It's bringing out big words in Bruce.
Well, have you heard of a bath?
You know, I took one this afternoon.
It's one word, a bath.
A bath? I took one this afternoon.
A bat? No.
It's like a unicorn.
Okay.
And it's a female with a single white horn growing from his forehead. They think that it was like a combination of like these two things.
Do you think unicorns was just like one horse that was like born with a deformity or something, and then it just made history? And I guess it happened in Scotland.
Yeah.
Probably.
And then now
It did
everybody's
happen
like,
in Scotland.
It genetically is a possibility.
it is, because there's two-headed turtles and five-legged dogs and all types of weird stuff in the creep shows, and I watch a lot of that. So I could see a horse born with an extra bone arm or something, or people are born with tails because their tailbone's extra longer. So maybe it had like a little nub on its forehead, and everybody's like, "Oh look, a unicorn!" And it caught on, and then Scotland's like, "Fuck yeah, we're the unicorn, bitch."
Did you like think about this a lot?
I mean, even
Nope.
think about it. I mean, there are even humans that have been born with horns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Or like the werewolf. There's a guy that's famous for being a werewolf because he's covered in hair.
Yeah. Well, it's his family, I believe.
Yeah, so maybe they get brothers or something. There's
Yep.
two. I've seen them on TV, so
I think it was,
werewolves
like,
are real.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't say that unicorns aren't real. I mean, I would just say that genetically it's more of a deformity within the breed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a big shiny spike like they make it out to be on My Little Pony.
No. Mm-mm.
That'd be cool though, rainbow hair and...
So you think that like, because everybody's like, oh, there's like magic in its horn. So do you think it's like a lucky rabbit's foot type of deal?
Well, probably, because how often are you going to see a horse with a horn on its head? Or like, look at all the people like in museums and stuff, or like them little sideshow places. They collect like, even though the animals
Oddities.
are dead, or oddities and stuff, and there's shops for that. So there's your magic.
Huh. Well, I got one more for you. I got one more mythical creature.
Oh boy.
The Rat King.
The Rat King.
The Rat King.
I've heard of the Rat
I've
King.
heard of it, but I don't know exactly what it is.
Ain't he the dude that raised them 4 turtles out in New York?
Mm-hmm.
Splinter.
Splinter?
Master Splinter.
Yeah. No, he wouldn't he be like the Turtle King technically then?
Yeah, but maybe he was the king of the rats by raising the turtles to be ninjas so he could beat up the other rats and take over. And now
He was
he's king.
already like, a whole 4 feet bigger than them.
Yeah, but still, there's a lot of them. Just think, if you're in a store and 100 rats come at you, you're going down. You ain't nothing you could do. They'll fuck you up.
So-
Rats are fucking savages.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with no rat.
Well, I guess, so this started in Germany, they think. But I've heard of it before, and I think it was on an episode of Grimm. But, so the Rat King is basically when They say rats all sleep together in like a nest.
Yeah, it's called under the sea because they're snitches. Fucking rats.
No, they all sleep together, and then for heat, their bodies start to get together.
Okay.
Well, sometimes what happens is that because they all just climb on top of each other, and they just for heat, that their tails will get tangled, and then somehow there's so many of them that they morph into
Optimus
this
Prime?
Yes, they Optimus Prime into a rat king.
I believe it. I can see it if that knot gets tight enough and there's enough tails in that knot. I could see like a big bang going off, and then boom, they just come out with like the power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, rat king.
Yeah, there's actually instance. They have it in a couple of places, but in Germany, because that's where it began or whatever, in the museum there, they actually have like examples of like rats that have passed away, obviously from all their tails and stuff. Yeah,
Ugh, that's horrible for the rat. But 2, could you imagine seeing like 100 rats just like running in each direction, all knotted together in a fucking ball, just like rolling like a tumbleweed down the road?
It's disgusting.
Just like, imagine the sound of it.
It's just fucking nasty.
Like the screeching of and it's just like hearing their bodies stump each other. Oh man. I hope our listeners get real good visuals.
That's great. Well, I really hope so too, because I actually have visuals here.
Really?
Of
Let me
the
see.
samples that they have.
I want to see one. Oh fuck, that's nasty. Ew. Disgusting.
Do you see it?
This.
They're like all tangled. Can you see it?
I think he's looking on his.
Nah, that's a little too bright.
It's on Wikipedia.
That's fucking gross. There's the what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There's
8.
like on top of it, like you see here, it's disgusting.
And he's like tied to
They
his...
got like ass to mouth and freaking.
It's like a rat centipede.
It's gross.
Rat centipede.
Rat centipede. Feed her.
I love those movies. For some reason, I just love them.
That's so fucking
The
gross.
prison one. They'd have all the prisoners.
That's so fucking gross. I can't. Why?
I don't know. It's just what happens.
Why would you do that?
That's what Bruce does. So we out of here?
I think that's it, man. We did not. Did we talk about our
We didn't talk about
raffle?
nothing. No.
We didn't talk about the 420
Why
raffle.
don't you hit the raffle, and then we'll
go to Mike.
Marty hit his plugs, and then we'll go out.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
sounds good.
And I'll work the sound effects because
Pre-game got started early. All right. Well, we got the 420 raffle.
sound checks.
If we do.
Sound checks. Fucking stupid.
You're stupid.
Marty's like, why do I come on this show
I don't
with
know.
these
I
guys?
honestly don't know why he does.
Because his gut
I know
hurts. His
throwing
stomach
you guys
hurts.
off looking at my screen since I'm looking over here.
It's trippy. See,
is trippy.
It's trippy the way we're sitting.
The 420 raffle. If you get to 420 on our Twitter, our Facebook, I believe we're doing the WeTube.
We are doing the WeTube.
And we're going to do the YouTube as well. So 420 on each of those. It's separate things. We could do like a separate contest.
We got a separate piece for each platform.
Once we get to 420, we'll throw everybody's name in a hat.
And we're going to draw a name and mail this bitch to you.
We'll mail it right to you.
They're all gorgeous glass pieces.
Must be 21 to win.
Yep.
Marty, you got anything?
Yep. Again, thank you guys for always having me. And you guys can find me over at Facebook, Marty's Gaming. Discord, Marty's Gaming, number 4829. YouTube, Marty's Gaming and such. Twitter, @AnMarty. Instagram, Marty's Gaming. TikTok, @Marty's Gaming and such. The WeTube, Marty's Gaming and such. And Snapchat, Marty's Gaming.
Yeah, it was a pleasure having you. We love having you. We're going to have you probably all the time. It's fun.
Yeah, no, it's always a pleasure, man, and it's definitely a blessing, and thank you guys for the opportunity, and I love, coming on here and kicking it with all the questions, hitting the topics, and bringing the new games and things that are coming out to everybody listening.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you have any of that?
Well, he was on yesterday, so.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah, I mean, touching on like Mythical Creatures, I mean, there's 2 games, Don't Even Think, which is a werewolf game, and Slender Man, which are 2 games that are both on the PS4, and you can get them on, I know PC, I'm not sure about Xbox, I didn't really do a lot of research into that, but I do know that those are really, really good games. Like, Slender Man more is like looking into the game as like a sleuthing type of game, but
Slender Man.
Sleuth?
Slender Man, isn't that
That's like that skinny guy that like kidnaps children.
yeah, those are that's another type of like mythological creature that's more or less not like a creature like Bigfoot and Nessie, but like a creature that like is
Paranormal.
like an evil spirit or a ghoul or something.
That'd be
Yeah.
more towards our urban legends.
Yeah.
Maybe
Right.
we do an urban legends part 2 if we can cover stuff that wasn't covered, or we might revisit
I'm sure there's
stuff.
a bunch of stuff like that too.
Well, we can keep an eye on our views on.
Whatever videos we have the most views of, we'll do.
We could
Or
do
we'll
like a
redo.
part 2 or something. A
Yep,
reboot.
Reboot.
All right.
But well, if you guys anybody else would like to be a guest on our show, you can just always message us. We're cool with that too. Give Mike a little break if he wants one.
Yeah, come on. You can advertise your business. We'll talk about what you do, or you know.
Yeah, I could even come on and have my own questions.
There you go.
Yeah, we could have Marty on and do a. We got all types of ways to hook everybody up. So
We do. And don't forget to subscribe to Pot of Coffee podcast on YouTube and the WeTube. Follow at Pot of Coffee 1 on Twitter. Like Pot of Coffee on Facebook. And follow us on Instagram at Pot of Coffee Podcast. We're also on SoundCloud, but we haven't been able to put a video up yet. So it's coming soon.
SoundCloud don't have videos, Brooklyn.
You know what I mean.
Oh, we love you.
Yeah, I try. I try to make it all the way through without fucking up, but eventually I do.
It's all good. All right, we're out of here.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.